Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I am Dory, and today we are back with the last episode of Birthdays the Beginning. Today we are going to be completely finishing off this game and getting the birth of humanity. If it ain't love, why does it feel so good? Why does it feel so good? So the first thing that we have to get is we have to get the Iosimias, which we need 1 delta thoridium to have appeared and 24 degrees Celsius. If you guys don't see over to the right, we are nowhere near 24 degrees Celsius. So let's get right on to that, and I will get back to you once we get that creature or a new creature. Okay, you guys, so here is a new creature. It is a Prognathocheilus. It's an Odontocheilus that has adapted to cooler temperatures. It feeds on Andreolepis, which began to move slower as its climate cooled. So I think this is like the next turtle, which is really exciting because I really want sea turtles so bad. Here is another new creature, or not creature, but plant rather. It is an Aquilegia, a flowering plant that grows in cool lands. It appeared as Cosmos and Delta Thoridium were propagating through various regions. Okay, so we just got the Iosimias, and Navi is telling us there are all kinds of different species of mammals now, including primates. And even different species of primate will be born soon. When lots of the same species are born, a food shortage can occur due to their similar diets. You would think that would lead to extinction, but something interesting happens instead. Species will evolve so that they can eat anything. Dryopithecus is one such species. Life is truly persistent, and the environment is its great ally. So here is the Iosimias, which is a small primate that emerged as the world began to cool. It appeared after the propagation of Delta Thoridium. So we got the beginning of humanity in a way in this game through evolution. So here is the Andreusarchus. It's a large mammal that appeared sometime after Delta Thoridium, and Iosimias grew in number. It looks like a little wolf. It's amazing, you guys. We also got the Abiesperma, which is a species of conifer that grows in very cold human land. It appeared around the same time as Iosimias, which is really cool. It's basically a snowy coniferous tree. I cannot say that word, tree. So a new creature called the Sphenodon has become apparent in our world. It's a lizard that adapted to the cool temperatures that Diphodon could not. It feeds on Delta Thoridium. And also right now, you guys may be noticing less and less fewer and fewer creatures that have previously been around because everything's kind of going extinct and there's new stuff popping up everywhere right now. So here is the Vireopteris. It's a plant that grows its vines in cool, damp climates. It differentiated from Phellum pratense, as Phellum pratense propagated through many regions. Colunopteris, a seaweed that has spread to land when primeval butterflies first began to appear. Seaweed also attempted to migrate onto land. I feel like this happened a lot later than it was supposed to, but that's cool. Obviously did not work because we do not have seaweed on land. Aesynia, a seaweed that lives in low temperature shallows. It appeared as though replacing Rhinemia. Again, I cannot say any of these names. I am so sorry. So here is Megalania. It's a large reptile that emerged as Sphenodon propagated rapidly. That is a cool creature. It looks really cool. Cool. Now we have the Parawencelia. It's that migrated to cooler temperatures on the ocean floor. Now we have the Pecten, which is a clown that adapted to cooler temperatures that resulted in the extinction of Menorthus. It prefers shallows where Aesynia thrive. Now we have the Marinera, which is a Meganeura that flies near the surface of shallow water, and it feeds on organisms that protrude from the water's surface. It's a cool little blue dragonfly. Now we have the Argentavis, which is an avian that flies over plains where cool winds blow. It appeared as if replacing Archaeopteryx and mostly feeds on Sphenodon. So we just got Dryopithecus, and Navi said, a life form that can eat anything has a big advantage when it comes to surviving and flourishing. There's a little risk that they'll ever go without food. Even so, this is still a world without civilization. Unless there are lots of life forms thriving in nature, there won't be much to eat. So to progress, you have a minimum of 94,000 Dryopithecus. As you move the terrain, work toward an environment that supports various plants and animals. So we just have to increase the Dryopithecus population to 94,000 and 21 degrees Celsius. That sounds pretty great. We need to cool down the world some more. So here is Dryopithecus, which is a large primate with an omnivorous diet that includes fruit, insects, and more, granting it a higher chance of survival than Iosemaias. Great! There are enough Dryopithecus now. The birth and flourishing of mammals followed by the birth and evolution of primates. At last we can begin to birth Australopithecus. Australopithecus is a direct ancestor to mankind. This intelligent primate walks on 2 legs and even uses tools. But Australopithecus will not be born under these conditions. For that to happen, it needs your help. You must use an item on Dryopithecus, and it can't just be any item either. It's something you need to evolve a mammal into Australopithecus. Keep that in mind. Also, even if you use this item, its effect won't appear right away. It will be a long time before Australopithecus is birthed, even if you pick the right item. After you've done the experimenting, you should let time unfold in macro mode. Okay, so let's go down there and turn Australopithecus out of nothing. So I guess kind of before we do this, here is a new creature that we got, the Diceratoculus, a Diplocalus that migrated from the shallows to dry land. Due to increased numbers, it has adapted to living in the coast. Okay, so here's a Dryopithecus right down here. We need to go to our items, not into that mode. Whoops. We need to go into our items, and then we have to give it the Fruit of Knowledge. When you forget how to control the game, it takes you way too long to do this. There is the Fruit of Knowledge. Now you will be the Australopithecus that we all want. Here is another new creature. It's the Calyptogena, a differentiated form of pectin that spread to deep sea habitats due to successful propagation. We got the Australopithecus, and Navi says, happy birthday, Australopithecus. The history of mankind has begun. Now all that's left to do is to capture it. Whenever you're ready. So before we catch the Australopithecus, because I think it takes us into a cutscene, here is the sea Phyrogaster, which is a newt that lives near rivers and warm climates. Here is another new plant. It's the Ibacaphyton, something that could migrate to cold lands due to mutations. And here is the Australopithecus. It is an intelligent primate that walks on 2 legs and uses tools. It appeared after Dryopithecus consumed a certain fruit. You captured Australopithecus. I'm sure you already noticed, but it's very different from a human. So your world isn't back to normal yet. You should see you should see for yourself. I'll be waiting. Episode clear, finally. Longest episode ever. We cleared the episode. We captured a 9-star organism. We did not clear it within 5 million years, and we didn't capture all possible organisms. And we had to use a Seed of Evolution because I was done, you guys. I don't understand that world Navi said our worlds were linked, but is that really true? I couldn't believe it, and yet I felt like I had no choice but to believe it. It was a complicated feeling for a kid. Find out with your own eyes, huh? That's easy to say, but I know the truth. They really are linked. Look at the Australopithecus, you guys. This world is filled with things I don't understand. I muttered that to myself as I looked at the ape man, then returned to the cave. Oh my goodness, so much terraforming needs to be done. I thought we were done with the terraforming, but we are not. Welcome back! Did you see Australopithecus in your world? They multiplied and evolved to become your ancestor. Isn't that really cool? It's not, huh? Even so, I'm impressed you made it this far. It's finally time to work toward civilization. Like I said before, this is my true mission, but I can't do it all by myself. As my chosen one, you'll finally complete your mission, and then you will return to your world. I've expanded the land to prepare for the birth. Let's work together and see this through. Oh my gosh, you guys. As before, I'll give you 2 items as a present. Excess rain clouds and excess sunlight. Their effects are even stronger now, so use them wisely. You guys, this is gonna take forever to terraform. Like, you don't understand. I had to terraform the other 2 sides of the mountain. I thought that was the biggest piece of world we were gonna get, but it's not. Australopithecus evolved by eating fruit of knowledge. This knowledge allowed it to think and plan, ensuring the survival of its species. And in turn, Australopithecus evolved into Homo erectus. Homo erectus could use tools and fire and form villages and settlements. Now let's birth Homo erectus. Okay, so I'm gonna spend the next hour or 2 terraforming, and then I will get back to you, because it will honestly take like an hour or 2 to terraform this. So while I was terraforming the boss, which is an herbivorous mammal with magnificent horns, it appeared after the Delta Theridium vanished, and Iasomias began growing in number. So this is the creature that just popped up when I was terraforming. A few creatures actually popped up, and a few went extinct. Obviously, the Delta Theridium went extinct. Now we have the Vulture Gryphus, an Argentavis that adapted to cold regions. It hunts small creatures who move slower in cold weather. That's cool. New birds! Okay, now we have a really cool creature, the Mammuthus, which is a mammal with a long nose and tusk. It emerged after Delta Theridium vanished, and as phlegm pretends spread rapidly. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that we got a mammoth, you guys. I love mammoths so much. So we got a new creature called the Canis dirus, which is a wolf that is very fast in spite of its large gill. It appeared as Andrewsarchus and Dryopithecus were propagating. Okay, you guys, we got a new creature once again called the Sahelanthropus, which is a Dryopithecus that adapted to savannas where cool winds blow. Okay, you guys, so now we have a new creature once again called the Canis lupus, which is the gray wolf, which travels in packs across cold lands. It appeared as Canis dirus and Boss were propagating on land, and Scombrini populated in the sea. Here's another new creature called the V. olivaceus, which is a monitor lizard that lived in a wide region of cool temperature land. It grew in abundance as Meganeura was propagating. Here is the Olea, which is olive trees that grow in wide regions along with broad-leaved trees. They appeared as Canis dirus were increasing in number. Here is a new creature called the Bubalus, which is, as boss began to increase in number, some migrated to damp lands. So now we have the Canis familiaris, which is a domesticated dog. It lived in wide grassy plains as Australopithecus multiplied. The species truly thrived once humans started domesticating them. So we need to get our actual humans, which we're really close. You guys are so close. Here is also Ursus spelaeus, which is a bear that lives in cool climates on a diet of leaves and grass. It appeared as Andrewsarchus and Canis dirus were propagating. Okay, so we just got the Homo erectus, and Navi has to say, Homo erectus has been born. Happy birthday. We're getting closer to humans. The next life form is ancient humans. They developed speech and written language. With those tools, they formed large villages. Over time, those villages grew large enough to become cities and eventually nations. If Homo erectus multiply, they'll naturally become ancient humans, but it's not quite that simple. They need to be safe and live in an hospitable environment with lots of food. Observe the animals and plants that are thriving in the area and create a wide area with the correct temperature. Keep that in mind as you experiment. So we need to get the Homo erectus to propagate, which shouldn't be that difficult. I believe that they can in this climate and environment, but you never know. I hope they can propagate pretty easily. So now we have the M. Trognothera, a mammuthus that migrated to cold, dry plains in search of food. We also have the Megatherium, which is an enormous sloth. It emerged as Andrewsarchus and Mammuthus were propagating. Now we have an elephant, which is a Loxodonta. Native to the savanna, the elephant differentiated from Mammuthus as Homo erectus propagated. However, it lost most of its hair in the process. And now we have a Homo erectus, our ancient ancestors, which are primates that form villages and use fires and tools. They emerged as Australopithecus and Canis familiaris, propagated in groups. They can hunt other carnivores. So they're not just carnivores, they hunt other carnivores. We're pretty cool creatures, you guys. Ancient humans have been born. Happy birthday! They don't look all that different from us. Over time, they will continue to develop their society and culture. Once they become sufficiently advanced, they'll become modern humans just like you. Before we can birth modern humans, there are conditions that we need to meet so ancient humans can thrive. Ancient humans survive by eating the plants and animals native to their surroundings. As they multiply, they use their wisdom to cultivate these plants and animals themselves. Among those animals are ones that work and help humans and aren't just a food source. Fostering the growth of these animals is an important factor. Also, there needs to be a source of water nearby too. Water is important to all life, but for humans it is essential. This is not only true of this world, but yours as well. Kinda true, I mean, we've created a lot of stuff around water. Just saying. So here is an ancient human. Primates used speech and writing to form nations. They thrived as foods such as olives became easier to secure in lands abundant with greenery and rivers. And here is Urthus therutanus, a brown bear that lives in very cold forests. It emerged as Ursus spelaeus and Homo erectus were increasing in number. So now we just need to get modern humans, then we've pretty much completed this game. So let's shoot for that. I'm sorry this video is so long, but I really want to get through this game today. So here is the Bos taurus, an adaptation of Bos. These cattle were domesticated by ancient humans. They are valued by humans for their dairy and meat. This is triticum, which is wheat, is a differentiation of Phyllium pretense with edible seeds. Cultivated first by ancient humans, it can be grown alongside Bos taurus. So as you guys can see, our world has changed so much. Look at these ancient human cities. Aren't they amazing? I love how they look in this game. You also have the little villages and also just like little houses every once in a while, but the giant cities, I feel like this is the biggest city right here and right here probably are the two of the biggest cities in the world. So far, most of the humans have stayed to this section of the map. They don't really go up any higher, they don't really go up any lower either, but they just kind of stay right here, which is really cool. I guess it's because this is where they can survive. So now we have the L. cyclotis, which is a Loxodonta that underwent mutation, allowing it to live in the forest. It feeds on the leaves of the many broad-leaved trees that grow in the forest. So it's another elephant. I love elephants so much. It's a modern human! Yay! A modern human, happy birthday. Sorry I said it twice. I'm really glad I chose you. Phew, that's the last birthday. But our work isn't quite done yet. It isn't. You've come a long way since I dragged you onto this, and at long last, it's all led up to this moment, the birth of civilization. I know I repeat myself a lot, but that's really the main reason why I summoned you here. Civilization will be birthed when humans prosper. I don't have much more advice left to give you. Off the top of my head, flat land near the sea will help. There are all other factors too, but humans will prosper more easily if there's lots of land. From there, you can do as you like. Wait, so like, I still have to play? The game isn't over yet? How many humans do we need? I'm gonna check. Can I check? We need it to be 260,000, which shouldn't be that difficult. Where is our little modern human? There they are. They're up at the top among like all the ancient humans. Well, not ancient humans, all the older humans. I forgot what they're called already. Homo erectus, that's what they're next to. Modern humans, primates that built cities and large green lands and practiced trade. The wheat fields cultivated by ancient humans had a large impact on their population. So I'm going to really quickly just go through until they hit 260,000 so we can see what the end of the game looks like. And now we got Zaya maize, also known as corn. This plant was discovered by early humans as their population increased and cultivated as a primary food source. Corn! We can eat popcorn now. So I also want to show you guys modern human cities. This is what they look like. I don't know if there's any bigger ones yet. Yeah, here's a really big modern human city right next to an ancient human city. But it has like a little nice castle and a bunch of like little villages and stuff like all around it. So modern humans are spreading, but we're not quite to the point where the game is going to end yet. I'm sure you'll be happy to know that it's time to complete our mission. I'm not happy though. Let's just say I don't really feel emotions to begin with and leave it at that. Anyway, I knew all along you'd keep coming back, but now it really is goodbye between us. I managed to fulfill my mission and you get to go home. Sounds like a happy ending to me. I've been programmed to give the standard farewells, goodbye, etc. Good luck with everything. Episode clear! You guys, took so long. We didn't capture a 9-star organism, but we did a bunch more. We finished within 5 million years. We didn't use a seed of evolution, and we just cleared the episode. That's all good enough for us, right? Totally. Also, if you guys were curious how long this took me, in total for this entire series, it took me 10 hours and 49 minutes. That's a pretty long time to be playing a game. Not really, because I probably have like 1.5 million hours on Minecraft. But for this type of game, that's a long time. When it was all said and done, it felt so brief, though I was relieved to return to the real world. I felt sad too. Navi, I wonder what he's thinking about right now. I wonder what that world was in the first place. I still feel like I'm dreaming. Oh well, I may as well go home now. Upon exiting the cave, I was greeted by a familiar forest. I took out the map and hurried home. Once I got out of the forest, there was no way I would get lost. I can see it! My house! I'm home again. And at that moment, though nothing seemed out of place, I couldn't shake this feeling of unease. Maybe I'm just imagining things, I thought as I entered my house. Welcome back! But I didn't recognize the voice. Huh? What's going on? I had never seen this person before. Navi, this isn't what we talked about. What am I supposed to do now? Jeez, I don't get this world at all. And now for the credits. So, this game, although amazing, took actual ages to complete. That was just for this one. I think I spent about 20 hours on another game that I played just by myself before I even started this series. So this game, if you guys really want to get it, you can. It's amazing. I love it. I'm sure you guys will love it too. There are plenty of creatures I didn't unlock because I was impatient. I really just wanted to get this series over with, which sounds really bad. But I really did enjoy this game. And it's kind of cool to see like all the different things right here. How our world developed as we go through the credits. So I'm going to go ahead and end off this video here. I will actually go ahead and just let this time lapse as you guys finish watching. I hope you guys did all enjoy this, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see y'all next time on my channel. See ya. Bye.